Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse and today we're gonna finish up our 3-part project here with the tropical house in Lucca Family Zoo. First of all, I wanted to make this restaurant on the second floor more sturdy, and therefore I chose to put in some pillars in all 3 habitats. Just to make it more sturdy, and also because while shooting some of my cinematic footage to last habitats, actually noticed that it was kind of uncomfortable to walk in under this massive wooden box without being able to see any pillars or anything keeping it up. I kind of believe that the metal frame from the glass walls would be enough to keep it up, but just to be on the safe side, I add a few of these on each side. We're actually not gonna add that many different animals in this habitat as we did in some of the others. Of course, I know the South American part was a bit overcrowded, therefore I actually removed one of the iguanas to give it some more room, and changed all my ducks to male so I won't get any offspring there, to give them a bit more space. In here, however, we can get a lot of kids because we only have 3 kinds of animals, and I express kinds because we have the Indian Star Tortoise and the Burmese Mountain Tortoise, which are tortoises, so they're gonna have a few kids in here, but I only got one of each, I think, to make sure to keep one of each, a male and a female Burmese tortoise, and then a male Indian Star Tortoise, and 2 females, but both the females have like 17% in reproduction, so I don't think I'm gonna have too many of those. The only other animal we have in here is the Indian Peafowl, and if you've seen my mud videos this weekend, we're gonna have them in a lot of colors because LeafProductions have made a lot of mud with different colorations of Indian Peafowls. So if you want to see more specific which colors, my video is already up, and my video for all of these mods are linked below. So I actually only put males Peafowls in here. There's one of the colors where I put a females to have both colorations, but I think we have around 6 or 7 peafowls at this point because I only want one in each color, and there's some of the colors I just didn't get because, as I said in my mud video there, I bought more than 300 peafowls to be able to get all of the colors, because some of them are quite rare. Therefore I didn't have the time or the energy to go through 300 peafowls again to get all of them. But I got at least 2 of the albinos colors, so that's I'm actually fine with that. As you might have noticed, I actually already with the foliage work, so it is quite fast to make this habitat, but basically it's not a big habitat, and I already did all of the terrain, the water, the walls, everything was made, so I only needed actually to make it specific for these animals, being the enrichment items and the foliage work, and then we actually almost done with this habitat. Of course, we have a bit more to do today. We have to clean it up, make it beautiful, also add some other animals in a minute or 2, which I think you're gonna like, and then of course we have the outside that needs a rework. So stay tuned, please don't stop here, and we're gonna keep working. I wanted to kind of split this habitat up into, as you can see with the bamboo here, we make this part of the habitat extremely dark, and especially when we also add the foliage outside, it will become even darker. So this would be kind of deep into the forest. But on the other side with the sand and where we have more water, I keep it open so you will actually see the sunlight come in. Sunlight will also hit some of the restaurant area, and it will be natural that in the forest area that you have the deep side of the dark forest, and then the lighter part closer to the edge, or maybe a part in the middle where it's because the water will split up the trees. Then around a lake or something in the middle of the forest there will be more light, and we have this sandy bottom that also bring in some light, or is lighter than the ground and the grass. The light sandy area will also help the guests see the animals better, but on the other hand, the darker forest with a lot of bushes and bigger plants will help hide the animals so they can get some peace and quiet, even though the habitat is quite small. As always, the indication signs I use is by Shista. They are in the workshop, so you can go and get them yourself. The link is in the description, and it's called Education, Aquatic and Various, and again it was by Shista. I love them, I use them so much. I think maybe in the next zoo I need to try and make something myself, but if you like me, kind of new with it and want something that's pretty and works and are easy to custom made, if you want to change the smallest things, then this is a good way to start. We all know we will have the guests that will stop at every sign and read everything on the sign, but we will also have the guests that look at the pictures and then move on. And then for those guests, I think this tropical house can bring in some confusion. Therefore, I choose to add these, so at least you can see which part of the world you're in if you don't want to read the rest of the other signs. Also because these are quite discreet, and you will need to look this way when you go for the entrance and exits. So therefore I think that will help a lot of guests. It is on purpose that I actually didn't add any light in here, because I want the animals to be able to have a normal rhythm of the when the sun comes up and the sun goes down, and especially in the winter that they have more darkness that is natural in this part of the world. So I personally just think that would be the right thing to do here. Artificial light can be extremely aggressive for some animals, and I want to give the animals the opportunity to just live in peace without that. Out here we're gonna make our sign, our kind of hello, here's a tropical house sign. So it's gonna be very basic. I use wood to make the base of the sign, and then the background is just this giant shape piece we have that I gave this brownish yellowy light hue to it. Then I use these letters, that's kind of is the one that fits best for me, and I just go in very basic and write tropical house. That's the thing I thought I could write without confusing anyone. My only issue with these letters are that we aren't able to resize them. I would love to be able to put in a text and then pull or press it to be smaller or bigger. So instead I use this little wooden piece to write a message in small letters on, and then I push it in here to make it disappear the wood piece, and then I can write small messages down here. The messages are very basic. I write all guests may enter at their own risk. There will probably be some misspelling because I didn't feel like looking up every single word. English is my second language, and I have dyslexia, so I'm not that good at writing. But I write don't feed the animals, and then these are wild animals, not pets. And lastly, trash belongs in trash bins. Very basic. I think it's something all zoos have, places where you can enter the habitat. And by watching this now, I actually feel a bit bad that I haven't done that on my other habitats. I have numerous habitats where you can enter in this zoo, and this is the only one where I put a sign up like this. So I used the same sign here on both sides of the habitat, but also here in the front. So kind of as a commercial, if you walk past and maybe miss the first signs, or maybe you come out of the capybara habitat, then you can see, oh, there's it's a tropical house. You can of course see the house, but if you don't know what it is, then there's signs it's a tropical house and you can enter if you want to just go around the corner. So now when it's time to put all the foliage on the outside, I think it's the right time to go in here and talk about 3 different ways you can help the world. As you know, this tropical house have been less about the animals and more about how we can help, what we can do as private citizens of the world. And of course I also today found 3 different ways or 3 different sites where you can go and make a difference. The first one is WWF, which I have talked about numerous times before, so therefore it's linked below. I won't talk too much about it. You probably tired of hearing me talk about it, so it's linked below if you want to see more about it. Then I actually got a global giving that I also talked about last week, but it's because this is a site where you can go and find specific things you personally want to help with. That can be all kind of stuff. Here I just clicked on Asia today, and there's animal care on wheels. This animal care of wheels was also here last week actually, but I can see someone have donated since then. Save homeless abandoned stray cows in Kuirat. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Trauma care center for stray animals and birds. Give a second chance for 100 rescue animals in India. Saving banned Havgars wild tigers from poachers. There's a lot with different things that help strays, like it's mainly pictures of dogs. Orangutan rescue on the front line of Sumatra. Protecting cats and dogs on the street of Nepal. So here you can actually go in specific. I just put in Asia. You can also find specific Asian countries or African countries or which part of the world. Today we talk about Asia, so I just went into Asia. There's also something about cats. They have so many different things you can help with if you want to. And when you donate, you choose specific, this is what I want to donate to. And the money goes there. And they have this bar where you can see how much already been donated to this specific thing and how much the goal is. And I assume that when they reach their goal, then it will be taken down and at a time something else comes up. So if you want to know specific what your money goes to, this is the thing for you. Lastly, I got Wildlife Alliance, and I will say if you don't want to use your money, that's okay. I don't say you have to donate to everything I talk about on my channel. I don't do it. I just put out the word. I donate to some things that I think this is a specific thing that I want to donate to, then I do it. But I can't afford donating to everything, and that's okay. And it's also okay if you can't donate to everything. It's okay if you just want to donate to one thing. It's okay if you don't want to donate at all, but there are other ways of helping. So Wildlife Alliance, you can also go and donate here. But why I actually specifically took them with today, because they also help in most of the world. But I found an article on their site where it actually is called 5 ways you can help save rainforest in Asia. And one of the things is just celebrate World Rainforest Day. It doesn't cost you any money. You can just go and do that. And there's a lot of different kinds of things here in this article you can do. I won't read them all because I want you to go and read for yourself. But of course, if you want to donate to this site, you can certainly do that. But if you don't want to use money but still want to do something, go and read this article and learn from it, because there's a lot of good stuff in here. So that will also be linked below. And don't worry about it. I totally understand that some people don't have the money to donate and other people don't want to donate, and it's your money. It's not mine. I can't tell you what to do. It's yours, and you are only and you only have to donate them if it's something you truly want. I just want to tell you the possibility is here. Now I need to talk a bit fast here on the last part of the build here. If you need like any of these frog or butterflies I add here, they are from Prop Animal Pack, new update amphibians and arcanines from Nicholas Linewriter. Then I use two different bird mods. Actually, the white bird I place at the restaurant is from General Zoo scenery pack by Jojo, and the other birds I use is from Jojo's new scenery birds by Jojo. So that's actually 3 extra mods I put into this video. If you want to get those mods yourself, they are all 3 linked below, along with my videos on the mods, so you can see what's else in these mods. But that's all for the build here, so now it's time for the cinematics, and I hope you enjoy. So guys, that's all I got for you today. You know the drill, like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys!